Hi there, I'm Sam and you're watching So Let's Sparkle with Sam. So if you haven't watched before, hi, welcome. I run a Facebook page where I do sewing tutorials, and I also do tutorials for a fabric shop called Always Knitting and Sewing, and they have a subscription Facebook page and they also have a free Facebook page, and the subscription Facebook group is with lots of free patterns and pay for patterns and free patterns, and also a subscription box where you get fabric and a project every month, and I'm one of their tutors, and I make their patterns and tutorials for them. So my past life, I was a space scientist for the Stephen Hawking Foundation, and I used to teach space to kids. So I've done a bit of a turnaround in my life. It's a bit different, but I've been talking to lots of friends about, because they're saying, oh, you know, what a change and what a different focus for you. But actually, it's not really that different. Teaching is teaching at the end of the day, whether you're teaching space or whether you're teaching sewing, it's all giving instructions. So I kind of feel really comfortable in doing that. And also part of space camps, I had to make up workshops all of the time. So I used to have to make up projects, because it's kind of keeping the kids excited and doing new and exciting things with space. And so I was always coming up with constellation projectors ideas and, you know, different ideas for space activities. So actually doing it for the fabric shop isn't really any different. It's just fabric instead of stars. So that's where So Let's Sparkle comes from, because obviously sparkle is the stars and the sewing is now. So yeah, that's me. And as I said, welcome along. Thanks ever so much for watching. Now, today I've come on to talk to you about a new challenge called Sew Upcycle 22, which has been run by Becky from Notes from a Sewing Room and from the lovely Karen at So Little Time. And now I think I might have cheated a little bit because I got overexcited. I'm a very new vlogger. I've never done a vlogging tour or anything like this before. And at the beginning of the month, I was doing my normal monthly kind of catch up, what I'm going to be doing in October. And I did kind of let it slip a little bit about this challenge, because I'd kind of not quite understood how the vlogging tour worked. So apologies. So I'm going to do it again, but a little bit differently, of kind of how I went about this challenge. So if you don't already know, Sew Upcycle 22 is on the 31st of October. You can upload your projects onto Instagram, and your projects can be anything that you have upcycled. Now, I have renamed mine, and I am upsparkling all of my projects. But anything you've upcycled, and basically you can take anything except new fabric and make it into a garment. So it has to be a garment for a person, not a pet, and you can make it, and you can use anything at all. So you can use an old garment into a new garment, you can use a blanket, you can use a tablecloth, you can use a duvet cover, pillowcase, bedding, anything, sleeping bag. I was just thinking, because I did think about, I've got some old sleeping bags from my space camping days, and I was thinking, oh, I wonder if I could turn a sleeping bag into a quilted jacket. And then I thought, Sam, you've only been sewing for 2 years. You've never made a jacket before. What on earth are you thinking? So that one's got shelved, but I might actually, you know, once I've done a little practice and perhaps made a coat once or twice, I might rethink that, because I reckon some of the sleeping bags that I've got would make really cozy jackets. But yeah, so as long as you've got some fabric to use, but not new fabric. So anything that used to be something else to be made into a garment. So that's basically, I'll put all of the rules and regulations up, and also there's prizes, so it's well worth having a go. If you've never upcycled a garment before and you just want to have a go, why not? Pop it on Instagram. You need to tag Becky and Karen in it, so you have to tag Becky, Notes from a Sewing Room, tag Karen, So Little Time, into your post on the 31st of October, and you never know. You have to be in it to win it, as they say. So my journey, as I said, I've got quite limited skills in dressmaking. I do a lot of sewing, and I sew every day, and I'm quite good at constructions of, bags, and zips and things don't bother me. And I would say my sewing skills are fairly good, but I just don't make a lot of clothes. I've done a few things. I've used a lot of Tilly and the Buttons patterns, and I feel quite confident with them. I've made lots of children's dresses, mainly out because I've got beautiful goddaughters who love to wear floaty dresses, so I've got someone to make for. I've made lots of pyjamas for family members because my family tends to like to live in pyjamas. So I've kind of made for necessity out of what we wear, but I haven't kind of thought really carefully about my me-made wardrobe yet. I don't feel that my skills are there yet, but so when I thought about this challenge, I thought, right, I need to work with my skills. So I thought when I went shopping, when I went to the charity shops to have a look around, I was thinking about things that I could make that I'd either made before, or that, I could make into things that I've made before, or I could use similar patterns. So that was my thinking. I'm going to pop in a video now of me and my daughter. We went into Warwick, which is our local town, and we went on a little kind of hunt around the charity shops to see what we could find, because when I first kind of thought of it a project, I thought, well, I don't really have any bedding and things that we don't use. I couldn't think of anything at the time that I had that I could use. So I thought, well, I'll go charity shop shopping, and I might get some inspiration. So here's my video of what happened when we went shopping. Okay, so it was a great day. I really enjoyed it. Loved going shopping with my daughter. And as you can see, we even managed to fit in a brunch as well, which was extra exciting. And it was really good fun. And I got some fabrics there that you saw. There was a yellow blanket. Now I can't show it to you because I have already transformed it. Because as I said, I have already transformed it. But it was a lovely yellow checked blanket. and I kind of had a look and thought, oh, that would work really well. So that is one that is the project that I have chosen to transformed. But because I saw that, that kind of gave me really good inspiration for other things. So then I was thinking, oh, actually, that's a really good idea. I've made sweater tops before out of wool. So I thought, well, actually, I could, it is blankets and are just wool at the end of the day. So that is something that I could do. So that was my first idea. And then I kind of just picked up other bits and pieces, and I've just been trying to match those kind of used fabrics, those tablecloths that I picked up, and I picked up a skirt, and kind of use those and matching them with patterns that I've already got. But when I got them all home, I was thinking, well, do you know what? I think I've got some fabric that I could use, because I remembered a pair of curtains. And as you can see, there's these lovely spotty curtains, and there's two curtains that my friend gave me, my lovely friend Becky. She got given these when she moved into her house, and then she had 2 children. She had 2 boys, and she decided to use dinosaur curtains instead of these dotty ones. But they are lovely curtains. They are a bit sun faded in areas, and there are a few marks and things on them, but they're really lovely, kind of, lovely pattern to them. And she just didn't want to waste them. She doesn't sew, so she gave them to me, and I just said thank you very much and put them in a cupboard and forgot about them. So when I got back from the charity shop, I thought, actually, they're really nice, and they're I love bright colours. I love kind of really kind of big patterns as well, and they reminded me, well, first of all, it reminded me of Twister. And then it reminded me of like the 60s kind of patterns in those kind of like real like shift dress. And I thought, oh, I wonder if I could make something like that. So I've had a little think, and on the 31st I'll show you what I came up with for those. But I have transformed one of the curtains, and I've got one left over, so I might have, once I've done that, if the person that's going to receive my garment likes it, then I may make another one. So yeah, so that's what I've done so far. As I said, my garment making skills they're building all the time, and they're but obviously for this challenge, I just wanted to kind of challenge myself. I wanted to push myself, so that's why I signed up for the challenge, and it's been brilliant. And the best thing about the challenge is it's made me watch other vloggers, because I've not really watched a lot of vloggers before. I was aware of YouTube, but I mainly just used it, to find out how to learn to sew and watch YouTube videos of, to sewing tutorials and things. I've never really watching vloggers before, and it's been really lovely, and it's been fantastic. So thank you, Becky and Karen. You don't know what you've started. It's been really lovely. Too many to mention. In fact, at the end, or in the description box, I'll write some of the ones that I've been watching and that I've been enjoying. I don't want to say them in case I get all the names wrong. But yeah, I've been really enjoying those. So that's been great. And the other thing that it's done is it's made me think, because we all love fabric, don't we? But it's made me think, actually, I probably buy too much fabric. Now my husband said, well, I could have told you that anyway. But I probably do buy too much fabric, and there's a lot of fabric around that you could use to make into other things, and not just garments. Now obviously for this challenge it is just about garments, but I've had, when I've been making the garments, I've had lots of leftover scraps bits, and I've been making bags and purses and other things that I already make out of those scrap fabrics that would have been thrown away, you know, or that I picked up in the charity shop. And so it's really made me rethink about, I mean, I do try and be sustainable in my own wardrobe. I mean, I shop in charity shops all of the time. I don't tend to buy new clothes. Whereas I didn't even stop to think about buying new fabric. I just saw the pretty fabric and bought it. And it's kind of really made me think, oh, actually, maybe I need to think really carefully about what fabric I buy and what fabric I can source from other places, to make my, you know, my crafts and my bags and, you know, my purses and pouches and whatnot. So yeah, so thanks for that. Thanks for, yeah, thank you for the challenge. It's been great. So those of you that have watched me before, you might have noticed that behind me is a little bit different. I'm trying to kind of reorganise my sewing room at the moment to make it work a bit better for me. So I've invested in a pegboard. I don't know whether it'll stay as organised as that. You will see. I don't know whether it'll stay as organised as that. I have quite a disorganised mind, but it has, you know, it's nice. It's nice. I feel organised now. I've got it up, and it's the one thing that it has done is it's made me really think about what has its place in my sewing room and what hasn't. And I did have to do quite a lot of destashing and organising. So that's been good. So yeah. So I normally would do a Friday sews, but as I'm doing a midweek video this week, I probably won't do a Friday sews, so I won't do another vlog until next week. And next week I have got my charm pack vlog planned. So I've got 5 ideas. In fact, I might have 6 ideas. I think I've got 6 ideas. 5 just sounded good, but I think I might have 6. 6 ideas of things that you can make with a charm pack. 1 charm pack, 6 different things. Because lots of people, particularly people that follow me on Always Knitting and Sewing, are always asking me, you know, oh, what can you make with a fat quarter? What can you make with a layer cake? What can you make with charm pack? You know, what can you make with the different types of fabric that the fabric shop sells? So I thought, oh, do you know what? I make lots of things with scraps, very small pieces of fabric. So I thought, oh, I know, I will do what can you make with a charm pack. So that will be coming up next time. So in the meantime, thank you ever so much for watching. Don't forget to join in on the Sew Upcycle 22, 31st of October. Pop your photo. You need a before and an after photo, and you need to tag in Becky and Karen. And happy sewing. Take care. Bye for now.